bit of a late start to the weekly vlog. It's Wednesday today. I had a bit of a, not rough, but a busy weekend last week. Yeah, Saturday and Sunday were a bit hectic. Towards the end of last week, I was not getting very good sleep. I don't have insomnia. I have no trouble with sleep, but I think I mentioned in a previous vlog somewhere that I have difficulty switching my brain off. So for example, I can be really immersed in a book or studying or anything that happens in my life, even a project. If I get really into something and really start concentrating on the thing that I'm doing. So for example, if it's a book, I can't go to sleep, I can't switch off until I've finished the entire book or until I get physically tired so that I can't read anymore. Now, that doesn't happen very often, which is why in the previous vlog I said that it's not much of a problem. But this month, the month of November, it's been happening like 5 times, I think. And last week in total, I didn't get enough sleep. And on Saturday evening, I didn't sleep at all, literally. I just couldn't. I don't think I even yawned throughout the whole evening of Saturday, which is really weird because whenever I do sleep, I sleep quite long and my sleeps are really deep. I get like 6 to 8 hours sleep. So I don't know what's going on with my body, but I'm kind of physically tired. Emotionally, spiritually, I'm absolutely fine. But I don't think my mind is working properly because I'm kind of losing a bit of my memory, like bits of my memory throughout the last couple of days. It's not like I have like chunks of hours of memory loss or anything, but I feel like the past 3 to 4 days has been kind of a haze for me. Yesterday, Tuesday, and today, Wednesday, has been a bit more chilled out, so I'm feeling a lot better. Please don't take this seriously. I'm absolutely fine. I just don't feel my absolute best, and I just don't remember what I've been doing the last couple of days to its fullest. Let's just put it that way. Because I talk about books quite often, a lot of people have been asking the sort of books that I read. If you follow me on Instagram, which you should, I sometimes mention the books that I read, and it's not like I have a particular genre that I read constantly. I'm quite a curious person, so I'll read anything if it catches my attention. But recently I've realized that I have mainly 2 genres that I kind of go back to very often. And those are mystery books and funny books. Are these funny books? This is probably not categorized as funny. We'll start with this one because this is a bit more difficult to articulate. But this is called How to Be Parisian Wherever You Are, and it was written by 4 women. These are the names. I'm not gonna even try to pronounce them because I'm probably gonna butcher their names because I think these are French women, and I do not want to get their names wrong because I'm probably gonna do that 100% because I'm not very good at French. I mean, the title says everything. This is literally how to be a Parisian wherever you are, but it's not a serious book. It doesn't give you technical, really helpful tips to be a Parisian, like to dress in a certain way, or to speak in a certain manner. These 4 women in this book are kind of making fun of themselves as a Parisian and also kind of enjoying being the sort of Parisian that they are. It's really difficult to explain. You should really give it a read if you love sarcasm as much as I do. I categorize this as mystery books, but I guess I don't just like mystery books. I just love Agatha Christie books. Her books are amazing, plots are amazing, the characters are amazing, and her writing is phenomenal. I just love how she writes. I'm gonna be the typical boring person that says my 2 favorites are The Murder on the Oriental Express and The Murder of Roger Ackroyd. I'm very bad at summing up stories of books, so I'll just read you the back. Just after midnight, a snowdrift stopped the Oriental Express in its tracks. The luxurious train was surprisingly full for the first time of the year. But by the morning there was 1 passenger fewer. An American lay dead in his compartment, stabbed a dozen times, his door locked from the inside. With tension mounting, Detective Hercule Poirot comes up with not one but two solutions to the crime. Huge apologies for butchering the name, but you get the idea. I think what I like about Agatha Christie books is that not all her books are similar in terms of plot twists. For example, when you read the Detective Conan mangas, kind of the same genre, I guess. How the story unfolds is kind of similar. How the murderer actually murdered the person is always different, but how the story itself unfolds is always the same. Whereas with Agatha Christie books, how the story unfolds is always different. Obviously, they're mystery books. The murder does happen quite early on in the book, that's the same, but how the detective sort of works on the process and how everyone kind of finds out the murderer in the end is always very, very different. These two are very, very different, and I love both of them for so many different reasons. The Murder on the Oriental Express. Not only does it have a really good plot, but the story it's really, really good. There was a movie of this, and it was incredible. Johnny Depp starred in it, the one that got killed. I'm not gonna spoil the whole story, but obviously it's an Agatha Christie story. Someone's gonna get murdered. And it's not the sort of good story that makes you bawling with tears. You just kind of shed a tear or two at the end because it's so beautiful, and I just love it. I just love it. The Murder of Roger Ackroyd, very different. This is a creepy one. When you read till the end, you're gonna have goosebumps all over your body. Well, I had anyway. The plot is very difficult, and it's very well thought through. This is the book that got me into Agatha Christie books. This is the book that convinced me that she's an absolute genius. Even if you're someone that has read the Japanese versions of Agatha Christie books, by the way, try them in English. They're very, very different. Personally, I think the sentences are a lot more beautiful English version, obviously, because I mean it's the original. You can't do it better. I feel like I talked more about the Agatha Christie books than I did this one. Still one of my favorites. This is a lot more chilled. If you kind of want to have a nice coffee table book, then yeah, I'd say this is perfect. If you really want to delve yourself into the world of mysteries, here you go. Looks like it's just rained. The weather in Niigata during winter is the worst because it rains a lot. Just finished filming a video. Very sleepy. I talked about my views on the differences in accent. Differences in accent? Yeah, kind of. And how I became to have a British accent. So if you're interested, the link is in the description. I really like this book, but is it a bit too loud to have in the background? Not sure. It's What on Earth Happened. Interestingly, a lot of people have been asking where I got this A from. This A right here. It's made of wood, and I got this at the 300 yen store, as you can call it. It's called 3 coins. I think it's called 3 coins. Yeah, the 300 yen store. So it's really, really cheap. Go and find it. I think you can find similar ones in the 100 yen store. It might be smaller though. And by the way, this is just a candle holder. This was, I don't remember where I got this, but when I'm feeling a bit stressed, I like to calm myself with a candle. It doesn't have to be scented. I don't like scented candles actually that much. I don't hate them. I'm not opposed to them, but I get quite overpowered by scent really easily. But I'm very picky with scents, so I prefer not to have a scented candle. And they're nice to have for gifts though. Today I got a new book to use for studies. You can learn about illnesses, which doesn't sound very appealing to a lot of people, but it's necessary for me anyway, so I need to go through this. I've always been fascinated with brains and neurology. I don't know why. I don't know what it is about them. I don't know. I feel like the human brain is one of the most fascinating things that ever exist in the world. It's a really difficult organ. and scientists are having a hard time apparently finding out how it functions. I'm very sorry I couldn't film a lot this week. It was pretty busy, but on the plus side, hospital practices have ended. Woohoo! I did learn a lot, but it was kind of hard work, so I'm really glad that's ended. I still have a couple of classes until my winter break. So now the hospital practices have ended. All I need to do is study for the big exam, which is taking place in February, next February. I am also planning on filming a lot of YouTube videos this month, so look forward to that as well, and I will see you in my next video. Please like this video if you enjoyed it and subscribe.